Hey there friends, Nibs again. Out here in the garage today doing a little bit of goofing around, and we've got another wet and rainy raw day going outside, so I figured I'd keep it inside, do a little bit of plinking, a little bit of playing around, and I wanted to do another head-to-head challenge for you guys. I've got one of my subscribers, I hope he's a subscriber, I know he's a viewer anyway, but one of the subscribers, guns, this is mine, but we're going to do head-to-head Blue Streak against Blue Streak. So this is the subscriber's gun. This one was actually made in January of 1971. Mine was made in November of 1970, so very close together. Two very different looking stocks though. I like them both, but they're both very different looking pieces of wood. But he sent this one over to me. He had a problem with it, so kind of a funny backstory told me about this one. He had bought this one, I believe, brand new, or had got this one bought brand new for him, or something along those lines. But somewhere along the way, he had loaned this to his uncle because he had some pests that he needed to get taken care of, and he had it for years and years and years. Well, unfortunately, his uncle eventually passed away, and his cousin, his uncle's son, found it and brought it back to him and gave it back to him. And when he went to actually use it, it was very, very hard to cock. And I did find that it was much, like probably double the effort to cock. There's still got a pretty stout spring in there, but it was about double the effort of mine to cock. I was going to do a video on it if it required some sort of special repairs or anything, but it actually turned out to be a very simple solution. There's so if you take the stock off, there's just this one bolt here, and then this cap on the back here. There's actually two pins in the back here. One pin you got to drive out first, takes the trigger off, and then the second pin you drive out, and this cap will actually come loose. Got to be careful. Sometimes these are a little bit loose in there, and when you drive that pin out, the hammer spring can actually cause that to go flying, so you got to be a little careful when you're driving that out. This one was actually stuck in place, which is part of the problem that I found with it. I'm thinking maybe his uncle or somebody who had it while it was in his uncle's possession may have lubricated it with WD-40 or some sort of lubricant like that becomes gummy over a period of time. I can't tell you how many 22s I have over there that I got for a bargain because the owner, or the gun shop owner, said they didn't work right, and all it ended up being was all gummed up with WD-40 inside from decades before. But I took it all apart, cleaned it all up. It was, so there was a two-part thing there. So some grit or dirt or something had gotten in there along with the gummed up WD-40. And when you pull this thing back, what the cocking pin on the bolt here is pulling on the top of the hammer. So it was actually cut. That does cause it to cock a little bit. So between the grit and the gumminess and the cocking of the bolt, it was just like grinding, pulling back. But cleaned it all out, cleaned up the parts, cleaned out the barrel real good with, actually I use this Professor Pew. I need to get him to send me another bottle of that, I'm almost out. But that Professor Pew gun cleaner, CLP, and cleaned that up all real good. And then I lubricated all the parts with some of this really good silicone oil, and it cocks really good now. So I'm gonna have to do that to mine. I think mine actually is a little bit harder to cock than this one is. But so that's all there was really wrong with it. So after I do this video, I'm gonna pack it back up and ship it on back to him, and he'll hopefully be very happy with it for the rest of its life. I believe he said he's owned this thing since it was new, which is kind of surprising that it's never needed a reseal. But I forgot to open up my tin of 20 cal pellets. I have the JSB Exact Diablos. Really good 20 cal pellet. We're just gonna, nothing too strenuous. I kind of expect that they're both gonna do very well, but we're just gonna shoot it a couple of 2-inch splatter bursts across the garage here, and have some fun. 5 pumps is pretty stout in one of these, that's for sure. These do require quite a bit of effort to pump up, but they're a whole lot easier than like the new 392s and 397s. Those are horrid to pump up. Ooh, that one went a little high. Eventually I'd like to find an older Blue Streak that had the factory installed Williams peep sight. One of the other guys from the the local gun club had given me his Blue Streak to do a repair job on, and that one had the Williams peep sight on it. That's the only reason I knew they ever even came with them. I thought maybe it was somebody installed it aftermarket, but then when I got to doing some research on it, found out that his was that was a factory option you could buy. Alrighty, it's a good looking target. Don't want to accidentally grab a 22 gauge pellet there. Probably wouldn't like that too much. Oh, I shot it the wrong. Before I start up with mine, I'm gonna redo that one. I shot it the wrong splatter burst. So that would have been number 5 for this one, but I'm gonna replace that one there. All right, last one for this guy. All right, that's gonna be tough to beat, but see how this got some really nice figure, nice looking piece of wood, and I'll show you mine. Mine's quite a bit darker and it's got some curly look to it. But here you go. This is mine, a lot darker. It's got some curly look to the wood. I'm not sure if they're both. They're all supposed to be walnut. So I'm going to replace that splatter burst that I just accidentally shot, and I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, I am back, and let's go ahead and take 5 shots with this guy, and then we'll. Alrighty. Ooh, went a little high with that one. These JSBs are great pellets. I got a tin of 177 JSBs. I bought them. I don't know why I keep buying pellets from Amazon, but they were all beat up. The side of the can was all dented in, and inside the skirts were all mangled up on the. Ooh, man. I'm going all over the place with this one. So I started a return. Got to pack that back up and send them back. Supposedly get my new tin tomorrow. Hopefully that one, I wrote in there that it was insufficiently packed. So we'll see if it comes in any better. went out with my Norica Omnia ZRS with that tin of pellets, because my Norica contact had told me that in their testing they found that those JSB Exact Diablos, the 8.44 grain ones, were their best shooting pellet out of that gun. But I took it out and opened it up, and all the skirts were all mangled on all of them. And I did shoot some of them, but it didn't do great, and I'm attributing it to the skirts being all bent up on them. All right. All right, now I'm starting to pull my act together. I think it might be a little too late though. Alright, last shot. Let's make it count. Alright. Hard to call that one. I'll have to add it up. I'm thinking the gun that doesn't belong to me probably won, but stand by and we'll figure it out. Alrighty, I am back, and that was some really close shooting, but the gun that does not belong to me, the subscriber's gun, did end up winning it by 1 point. So I had, for that gun, I had 2 9s and 3 10s. That one did crack the 9 ring there, and then the rest of them were all real nice and tight there. So I ended up with a 48 on that one. That shot right there was the one that lost it for my gun. That one was an 8, then I had a 9, and then the rest were all 10s as well for that one, and ended up with a 47. So nothing to complain about with either one of those. Just something about a cool old Blue Streak. These are pretty awesome. I do want to get one that has the little thumb safety up on the top there. A lot of people don't like those, but I really just want to have one for my collection more than anything. But there you go. That is pretty cool, all ready to go, fixed up, so to speak, cleaned up more than anything. But we'll get this one packed up and sent on back, and having a lot of fun out here in the garage. Hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.